Story time about how I found out that my mom fucked my boyfriend. So a little background information. My mom had me whenever she was 15. So we were always super close because we were so close in age. Well, during my senior year of high school, I started dating this guy. I was 18, he was 20. Well, after dating for a little bit, it was time for me to go off to college. And we didn't want to do long distance, so we kind of just cut it off. And instead of going to college, he just wanted to work, so he stayed in my hometown. And he was pretty close with my mom, too, because during my school year, he got kicked out of his parents' house and came and stayed with us for like a month. And we're going to call him Bryce. Well, I get a text from my mother the one day, and she's like, "Hey, honey, Bryce wants to know if he can come stay here. His parents kicked him out again." And I was like, "No, that's weird. Like, we're not even dating. What the fuck?" And her response was, "Well, honey, I'm a good person, so I'm not going to listen to what you say on this one. He's going to come stay with us." And I wasn't even living there at the time, and she was going to let him stay there. Like for part 2. Part 2 about how my mom fucked my boyfriend. So like I said, my mom was trying to be a good person, so she let Bryce stay there. Well, then COVID hit. And my college was basically like, "Yeah, you guys can't stay here anymore, go somewhere else." So I packed up my things and I went home. And she told Bryce that he couldn't stay there anymore because I didn't feel comfortable with it. As she should. Well, then she started acting really weird. Like, she would leave the house at 2 in the morning and wouldn't come back until like 8 in the fucking morning. And the one night while she was making dinner, I saw a text from Bryce pop up on her phone. So I opened it, and there were no text messages except one from Bryce saying, "I won't, don't worry." But I didn't ask her about it because I trusted her. Well, the one night I was going to a party, and I was in charge of bringing the alcohol. Well, on my way to the party, I realized I forgot the alcohol. So I pull up to my house, and I see Bryce's truck outside. So I went around to the window, and in the living room, I could see my mom and Bryce fucking on the couch. I took a video, put it on Facebook, and after that, she was labeled a homewrecker in my small town. After that, I found out they had a whole relationship.
Okay, I have like a really gross, disgusting story time, so just listen. So like in 7th grade, like girls at my middle school thought it was like trendy and like cute and quirky to like piss your pants, like at school, like do it at school. Like they would like laugh so hard that like, oops, like they peed themselves and like would keep it on their butt all day. And then they would like ask for like their crush's sweatshirt to like cover up like the pee on their butt just because like they're so cute and quirky. And I remember this one girl pissed herself at a choir concert backstage in the choir room, and the whole entire choir room smelled for like a day, and there was just a puddle of pee on the seat. And she literally had to go to the bathroom and wet her whole pants so that you couldn't tell that she pissed herself. Like it got to the point where like 2 or 3 girls a day were walking around the school with pee on their butt. And like no one said anything. Like it was cute and trendy. And, like, even the guys jumped on it. They were like, oh my god, like, she peed. Like, what? Like, it's just so, like, unbelievable. But, like, it literally happened, and I don't know why.
Story time, the most psychotic dude I've ever hooked up with. So his first question was, "What's your body count?" Naturally, I divided my true number by 5 to give him a much prettier number to look at. Once he was satisfied with my answer, he decided we should talk and try to pursue a relationship. So we started to talk, but he would vocally express to me he didn't like that I lived 30 minutes away because he could not regularly stop by and check in my dorm to make sure I was not sleeping with other people. So I didn't text him for 2 hours because I had to study for an exam, and he goes, "Well, you're a whore and you probably gave me gonorrhea. You're putting my life and my son's life in danger." Well, an STD is sexually transmitted, so it's concerning I'm putting your son's life in danger, but 2 weeks prior I got a test. Ring, ring. The results are in. I'm clean. So he then proceeds to say, "I will tell everyone you love. I'll make a PowerPoint presentation, show it to your college to show everyone how nasty you are." I wasn't concerned, so I blocked him. He then texts me off of his son's phone and goes, "I have an infinite amount of resources. Don't block me again," trying to scare me. Well, I blocked the son. Radio silence. Where's your infinite amount of resources?
Party story time! Okay, so I went to a party and I showed up there super early because I'm literally that person. Anyways, I was talking to the guy throwing the party and I'm like, "Yeah, I'm not feeling it. I don't really want to drink." Yes, I'm literally the lamest person alive. Anyways, he's like, "Okay, do you want a bottle of vodka?" Boy, I just told you I didn't want to drink. And he's like, "No, like an empty one you can fill up with water and pretend you're drinking." And I'm like, "You're a genius." So I do just that, and I walk around the party drinking out of this bottle of vodka that actually has water in it. People literally thought it was legendary. They thought I was getting so drunk. So basically at this point I was lying to everybody at the party. So anyways, I get thirsty, so I step outside and start chugging this bottle of vodka that's actually water. I look to my left, and there's this girl literally staring at me.
Storytime, motherfuckers. My boyfriend throws this party. I'm like, can I bring my best friend? He says, I don't really know her. And then I was like, I'm gonna bring her anyway. A little bit into the party, he's like, I'm gonna go pick up my friend. And I was like, okay. I sat outside. My best friend was inside. I thought she was. I didn't really care what she was doing. I trusted her. He comes back 30 minutes later, comes outside, and everything is fine. He's not suspicious at all. I then sleep over at his house that night. He's in the shower and his phone is blowing up. And I'm like, who the fuck is that? My Snoopy ass looks on his phone, it's this guy Luke, and he doesn't have any friends named Luke. It was constant texts like, you need to break up with her, you can do so much better, blah, blah, blah. And then Luke says, you know she's my best friend, she can't know about this. So I sat there. They've been hooking up our whole relationship. So I tell his mom and I leave. I'm a fucking circus.
Y'all, a cheater is a cheater, and if he's a cheater, then he's going to cheat. It don't matter what you do, what you say, how you dress, how you act, or what you change for him. If he wants to cheat on you, he's going to cheat on you. And a lot of the times, the girl that he cheats with is not prettier or better than you. I'm going to explain why. Boys that cheat are very insecure. And a lot of the times they get with girls who are too much to handle because they want to see if they can get them. They get them, they fall in love, but then they realize, oh, this girl's too good for me. Oh, this girl could get anybody she wants. She might cheat on me. She might do me dirty. And their ego starts to suffer a little bit. So what they do is they go and talk to other girls and do stuff with other girls to boost their ego a little bit. But you need to know that they're actually really insecure, really broken, and have nothing going for themselves. If they have to cheat on somebody to feel better about themselves, oh, honey, you dodged the bullet with that one, okay? Don't worry about it. Keep it pushing.
This is a crazy story time of when I used to work at Tilly's, so buckle up. This middle-aged mom walks in the store, right? And she just starts walking around the men's section and literally just grabbing everything she sees. I mean, she's not even looking at the sizes. So we thought that was weird, so we went up and asked her if she needs any help, and of course she said no. Then she decides that she wants to try everything on. So I unlocked a room for her, and then I told her that she can only have 7 at a time, and she literally had a million things, and she just ran in, shut the door, and cut me off. So we started to get suspicious, so I started talking over my little headset thingy and telling the people around the store what's going on. We knocked on the door like 3 times asking if she needed help or needed any other sizes, and of course she just said no again. Then she comes barging out and literally runs to the front door and just leaves. So I walk in to see, and there's literally a bloody tampon on the floor. 2 days later, she comes back to the store